Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, as always, we'd like to start off giving all honor and glory and for praise and worship to
Yahawah,
Yahawah,
BAHASHAM,
BAHASHAM,
YAHAWASHI,
YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH. Double honors to our apostles, the bishop, the great millstone, peace, citation to the hopeful elect. Brothers from GMS Cleveland branch, Lord willing, to bring out a quick and edifying lesson through the spirit and power. YAHAWASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Um, yeah, the title the spirit gave us was a blackout. Blackout is coming. You know what I'm saying? A blackout is coming. First, I'm gonna play this video again. That's where the inspiration came from, right? From this dream that this young lady had. Um, play this real quick.
Good morning, guys. So I wanted to get on here before my shift starts and tell you guys about the dream I just had. You can take it or leave it. This dream was very eye-opening and
Check
just,
this out.
I thank the Holy Spirit for it, and I thank God for allowing me to share. The dream I had was, it was a blackout. It was very dark. The dream I had was, when I say blackout, I mean not an inkling of light. The part that was really scary was the fact that people were still clubbing. These people had lanterns and the club was open and they were still in there partying. During this time period, it was rationing. There was no water. There was some food, but there was no water. And I had water, and so I had put water in these clear containers, but it was only like drop amounts, like it was very small amounts, and I was giving them to people who hadn't had water. And people were consuming alcohol. It was so crazy. And there were men that were like going around harming people because they didn't have the things that they needed. And it was just a very dark time. And so this dream is clear. Just prepare the way of the Lord. It is a very dark time coming. A blackout is coming.
Yeah, so she said it's a very dark time coming. A blackout is coming, and she's 100% correct. Um, according to the um holy scriptures, man. All right, this is Ezekiel 7, and let's start at Ezekiel 7:5. It says, "Thus said Yahweh Shai, thy power, and evil and only evil, behold, is come." Right, an end is come. The end is come. It watches for thee. Behold, it is come. You see, so right, uh, linking it into the times we're in. It said, "Evil and only evil is come." Evil is a compound word. Even in time, it'll mean bad. A bad time has come, and it's finally has it's evidence. It's finally showing evidence of the words in which the prophets has been speaking this whole time. It's finally here. You know, the bad time is finally reached. Our time has finally reached that time. You know what I'm saying? For these manifestations of this type of danger that the Lord told us about was coming. It's now we have reached that time. Okay. Talk about in the last days, it says perilous time shall come. Perilous meaning dangerous, right? In 2 Timothy 3, you know. So only evil has come, man. The evil is what the Lord has spoke about, man. Okay. What you got?
Second Letter 6.
Oh yeah.
This is Second Letter 6 and 24. It says, "And at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies,
Hmm.
and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein."
Yeah, because she said She said it was like people was harming people because the lack of water.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The lack of bread. You know, because she said it was a little bread, but it was no water, which is going to be a scarcity of food as well. So the point is that she said there was a lack, you know, and people was harming people for this fact, you know, because it said friends harming friends like enemies. You know, friends, your friend is supposed to be your closest acquaintance.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Your friend is closer than your parents. You know, the people in your family. That be your friends really is like your real family. Because you see them more than your family, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
It
Yeah.
said,
Go ahead, bro.
oh, so you said friends is gonna fight against another like enemies. All right, so the times that we're coming in, the lack of not having, these resources, people gonna turn, evil out towards each other.
Mm-hmm.
All right, because why the lack of not having, what they was used to. All right, people got kids, that they got to take care of, and then when that person don't have the ability to or the resources to take care of their kids,
Mm-hmm.
right? What they gonna do? Right? They're gonna look at their friends who probably have, and then like if you've seen that movie, what was that? Leave the World Behind. When
Yeah.
at the one part when the dude went to go get help for his son,
Yeah.
the
Right.
dude looked at him like, man, fuck all that, man.
Yep. Yep.
He was right then his enemy. He was ready to shoot him.
Yep.
All right,
Yep. Most likely.
these are the times we coming into, man. Friends is gonna be fighting, uh, coming against each other as like enemies. Like they never knew each other.
And that's crazy because friends know stuff that other people don't know you got.
Uh,
Like they've been in your house multiple times. They know like structures and how you operate. You know what I'm saying? So the first targets are gonna be the people closest to you.
right,
You know what I'm saying? When all shit all hit the fans.
right.
Like
Cause
we made an example. So I can make a point.
I was gonna say back to that movie, Let and Leave the World Behind. The dude knew about his friend's bunker that was in the basement,
Right.
right? And,
Right.
what's his name?
No, go ahead. You got it.
Yeah, he knew about the bunker that was in the basement. That's how because the person who built the basement he was friends with.
Yup.
All right, he told him all about it. So like the brother was saying, friends know stuff that other people don't.
Yup. That like we made equivalents to like a drug addict before. On the previous lesson we did, I think live on sit down.
Mhm.
But I had made mention about drug addicts. I forgot where we was at, but drug addicts, when they having withdrawals and all that, and they need a hit, the first people they attack
It's a family.
is their family. They steal their family's television or bikes or whatever to get that hit, because that's the quickest access to transfer. You know what I'm saying? Into whatever to whoever they need for them to get what they need. You
Uh,
think they're gonna hesitate? No, they don't fucking hesitate. And that's what's gonna happen with the people. Everybody are addicts. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's gonna fucking be having withdrawals and they gonna fucking just their mind is gonna flip. You know what I'm saying? Having these feelings and they're gonna attack the first people that they know, man. You got it.
reading on, it says, well, I'm gonna read it one more time. Second Corinthians 6:24, it says, at that time shall friends fight one another against one another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear
Mm.
with those that dwell therein. It says, the springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run.
Yeah, and why wouldn't the waters be running in that time? Like she said it was no water.
Mm-hmm.
It's because it was a blackout.
Con,
A blackout. A blackout when the grid goes down, the electrical grid goes down. Uh, it stops the water from flowing. All right, in houses and so forth because it's all ran off electricity.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The way they got the water going into the cities, it's ran off electricity. You know what I'm saying? Now you do have, and Esau knows this. This is why he also worked hard to contaminate the streams. You know what I'm saying? Like rivers
Mm-hmm.
and oceans, so that even if you was to go to that route, you
Could be
you
contaminated.
contaminated either way. You
Right.
know what I'm
That's
saying? And you got the electrical grid that had the little. They supposed to have like the filtration system on it to keep the water somewhat doable.
that's from water plants. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's like the brother says,
Yep.
hooked up to them electric grids. Once those fail, the machinery, and all them plants is gonna turn off, and then what? Everything is gonna be contaminated.
Yep.
You know, it ain't nothing gonna. Matter of fact, water might not even flow. You know, through the pipes and shit.
Yep.
You know,
Yep. You got something? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
the
Yep.
okay. This is on Google. It says blackouts or power outages can be dangerous in many ways. All right, it says including it says health. It says blackouts can prevent the use of medical devices, which can be life threatening.
Right. So it got them. It got like categories uh highlighted in black, like bullet points, and some of the bullet points they got is health, safety, infrastructure, food and water, stress and isolation. These are all things that blackouts or power outages can cause. And bros, Kwame is reading the bullet point for health,
Mhm.
and it said blackouts can prevent the use of medical devices, bro. So you got a lot of people dependent, medically dependent in Babylon, bro. It's way more people medically dependent in Babylon than there is around the world. You know what I'm saying? And in this place, everybody's crippled some way, somehow, and needs some type of medical assistance. It's how much more the people, like, I'm walking around with this on my chest. I didn't even realize it's all this. Right, looking. No, they like, you got kids. How much uh um what I was gonna say? Do I say something?
Yeah, with the it said medical devices. You got people hooked up on life support.
Yeah, yeah.
If that fails, then what happens? They're gonna be unalived.
Mm-hmm.
You got other types of medical devices like fibrillators and
Mm.
things like that. If you close to enough to that EMP, like if because that's what caused a blackout. EMPs, if you close enough to that, that'll stop the defibrillator. Matter of fact, it'll stop cars. A lot of things.
Yup.
You know,
Oh, and they got all the cars trying to go towards electric.
uh,
They making more electrical vehicles. So if, when the grid go down, you really don't have access to no to be able to, you know what I'm saying, uh um get out of the get out of the situation. Shit, let alone gas stations.
hmm
Gas stations, when the grid go down, you can't pump no gas.
kind
How you gonna pump gas?
of right.
You know?
Esau got everything ran off, automation
Yup.
or electronics.
Yup.
And once that crash, people ain't gonna be able to, have nothing because everything is ran off that.
Yup.
You know,
What
and
else
you
you
already
got?
know banks is going. I mean, it's gonna be all out chaos.
Shit, you said the banks, so
Right.
people ain't gonna be able to get their funds to be able to you know what I'm saying, get up out of there, go to some safe haven,
hmm
you know. And a lot of people, a lot of Americans, they don't keep their truck, they don't keep their vehicles on full
No,
because at times, like time, the society don't allow Jake and people in Babylon to keep their tanks on full. It's $10 here, $15 here. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody ride with the full. I mean, I do try. I try to the best of my ability, but that's because we in the know.
hmm
But the world is not in the know, and they don't keep they tanks on full for a rainy day. You know what I'm saying? Or a gas can.
or even food or anything to just back up. Period.
Yep.
They're
y-
gonna be caught unawares.
Yep. Go ahead.
Reading on in this, it says which can be life threatening. It says they
It could
can.
be life threatening because like these people need these medical assistance, bro. They need to go to the hospital every month to get checkups and blood fusions
Right.
and
Them people that take the for their kidneys to like
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Was it
yeah,
dialysis?
dialysis, man. They ain't gonna last too long if they can't get to the hospital to get that blood fusion.
Nope. And a lot of the hospitals got backup generators,
hmm
but
That's only for so long.
yeah, that has a time limit on it too. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, you got people that got these things in their houses, in their homes. You know what I'm saying? On a lot where they can actually be like self-dependent, but they still depend on the hospitals. They
hmm
got like personal things that they could just to go home, and you see people in the stores with the machines,
Yeah,
holding the
walking
machines,
around with
the
the
IV machines, and
yeah.
different stuff like that. You got people like that, man. You know, you got it.
Uh, it says they can also make it difficult for people with respiratory conditions to use their nebulizer.
Mm-hmm.
It says blackouts can also lead to carbon monoxide poisoning if the people alternative heat source like a car in a garage.
Yeah, you talking about the I think like asthma, but and then she's talking about the car. Go ahead.
But this is another bulletin that says the safety. It says blackouts can increase the risk of crime and civil unrest.
Yep, like she said, people was turning up on each other, man. You
Mm-hmm.
know, crime, fucking crime was at an all time high. And these are all prophecies. This is part of the prophecies. This is called Jacob's trouble,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not gonna be quick. You know, it's gonna be a period of time where we feel it. You know what I'm saying? You have to feel it. That's why it's called Jacob's trouble, because it's a testing. It's a, you got to be able to endure unto the end. So it ain't gonna be something where it lasts a week. Shit, bro. Even if it did only last a week, bro, or 2 weeks, you know
Right.
what I'm saying? That's enough. A blackout for 2 weeks, man.
A lot can happen within 2 weeks.
Man, what, bro? Though everybody lives can change in 3 days with a being a blackout.
I mean, I'm just from the movie The Purge.
Come
You
on,
know,
man. That was a 24-hour period.
right?
That was a 24-hour period on the purge. Can you imagine 2 weeks of 24 hours for 2 weeks straight every day?
Right. It said crime and civil unrest. Man, just picture. If it ain't no like Esau got these cameras, they eyes. That's their eyes. If you ain't got nobody watching you, you got major criminals out here. You got people that's came from other countries. If it's a whole blackout and they know, if they can, got a chance to get in the way, you got to think ain't no police respondents like that. It's just people gonna be able to do what they want to do. So the crime, you got all these stores, these victuals gonna be taken. You know,
That
and
shit crazy.
and
It's like,
so then you got the civil unrest. You gonna have the uproars of the people. Are you gonna have people fighting and invading homes? Are you gonna have all types of shit going on just from a whole blackout? America's not guided by like a moral
hmm
the scriptures talk about this is a
yeah,
low
low
land.
land. Yup, yup,
Don't got no moral. So that's the people here. Their mind state is just when everything break loose. Everybody's just gonna do what they want to do.
yup. Because they've been conditioned to do that.
Hmm.
Everybody been conditioned for the moments that's coming. You know what I'm saying? The righteous been conditioned, and the wicked's been conditioned for the time for Jacob's trouble. You know what I'm saying? Based off your conditioning, right? Your training. That's what's gonna be displayed when everything is live. When it's time for Jacob's trouble to be at its peak, everybody's gonna display what manner of man they are.
Uh,
How, as scripture say, as a man thinketh, so is he. So your countenance is going. Everything. It's not just gonna be about your countenance. Your countenance is going to transpire to your physical actions, bro. And that time, everybody's gonna prove what man. Because that's why scripture say, "Fear from the surprise of the hypocrites." Scriptures like that, because in that moment, that's gonna be the that's why the scripture say in 2 Ezra 16. Then it should be known who's my chosen. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I got it right here because you can keep reading on that because this 2 Ezra 16, uh, in 71, I mean 70, it says, "For there should be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They should be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire." See, that's at the time of trouble, man. Tribulation, persecution. Then it's going to be known who is the chosen of the Lord. Why? Because everybody's action is going to be made manifested based off their spirit, based off their mind, and how they've been trained and conditioned, man. We going into some dark times, bro. Look how everybody acting in the broad daylight. People robbing each other, you know. They robbing each other in the broad daylight, killing each other murdering each other in the broad daylight, sexually assaulting women in broad daylight with people watching. I'm talking about you got videos niggas masturbating at the bus stops, on buses,
on
on,
bitches.
on people in a store, just busting nuts on people and running out the store. Bro, this shit is about to get crazy, dog. You got it, Oxalakia.
Con. Um, Reading on, it says Blackouts can increase the risk of crime and civil unrest. It says without streetlights and alarms, there are higher risk of burglaries and robberies. Blackouts can also affect road and safety by making traffic lights stop working.
Right. So then even if people can drive their cars, people gonna be crashing, ain't gonna be no way.
Street lights, you ain't gonna be able to see.
Bro, come on, man. You ain't
And
gonna be able to see, you ain't gonna be able to hear because it's gonna be loud.
uh, I'm gonna read this part, but it says that there are higher risk of burglaries and robberies. You know, when that time come, man, you're gonna have a lot of people breaking, into houses.
Yeah, I
You
got
know,
that too.
it was I was just looking on Newsbreak. It said a woman was found shot in her head, man, in her house. I
Damn.
don't know who did it or what, but like the brother said, these things are done. Things are being crazy shit is being done within the daytime, man. So
Mhm.
just imagine a whole power outage. You know, people is gonna really try to fulfill their own will, especially these wicked niggas. But at the end of the day, the Lord said He got spirits created for vengeance. All right, this dark time was an appointed time that was supposed to come.
Mhm.
You know,
That's right. That's right.
um,
Was it
and
more than that?
it's the
Infrastructure.
uh, they say the infrastructure says blackouts can damage machinery and cause financial loss for businesses. It says they can also disrupt communications.
Right. The infrastructure.
Uh,
So that's why we know. That's another reason why through the spirit we know it's gonna be a blackout because that's gonna be a part of the ushering in of the new system, the tiny technology, right? The order out of chaos, right? To bring
mhm,
the order out of the purge. You know what I'm saying? That's the infrastructure. The blackout can't fuck with the grid, which is the infrastructure, the power, the thing that's upholding this system. It
right,
just
because the system is what being built off technology.
right because it just said businesses, right? Didn't I say that? What it say?
It says blackouts can damage machinery and cause financial losses for businesses. It says they can also disrupt communication. It says water and transportation systems.
Come on, man, and that's what keep this system going.
Hmm.
Businesses, commerce, economics, and all that. That's what keep all this attack. So, but you fail to realize what people don't really realize is that it's attached to the grid, which the grid is attached to the electrical, uh, uh, whatever word that you put there, the electrical, structure, man. In which he's trying to attach you to the electrical structure as well. You know what I'm saying? What is that time that MOTB, like we said. So this can also is gonna also, like we said, man, play a part in ushering in the NWO, man. So she said in the dream. You think she just had the dream for no reason, man? You, you think she just the Lord she just had that on her own? No, the Lord gave her that vision, man. That was a vision, bro. Because that we reading it in the scriptures that's about to come to pass. That's a part of the prophecy for Jacob's trouble. What else you got?
Another bulletin point, it says food and water.
Right, which like we started off with, that's what she said in the video. She said people was harming other people for the lack of water. She
Hmm.
said she had some water and she put it into her plastic container, but still that was still only a little bit. What about people with families, multiple mouths to feed, and so forth and so forth?
Hmm.
What it say?
It said blackouts can cause food spoilage and water contamination.
Right. So even if you got shit stored up, niggas, a lot of people don't got canned goods and stuff. Even if you got stuff stored up, bro. Nowadays, you go to the store and buy food, bro. The shit is old when you get to the house.
Uh,
It look good on display. As soon as you get to the house, you see mold on shit. You see shit going bad before you even can put it in your refrigerator, bro. So how much more in that time?
um, and then one more. It says, well, it's two more, but it says stress. It says
How much more in that
blackouts
time?
can increase physical and mental stress. Because you gonna have people bugging out, man. Ain't knowing what to do. All right, really, fucked up because they didn't they wasn't given this gift which is the wisdom, knowledge and understanding, because scripture saying, what is it, Isaiah 33 and 6,
36. Yep.
wisdom and knowledge will be the stability of that time. Since people ain't gonna have that, they're gonna be stressed the fuck out to where, like I said, they ain't gonna know what to do. All right, just run into anybody for help, and
Yep. Yep.
just lost.
Beautiful point, bro. Not thinking with wisdom.
Con.
Like it said, like you quoted Isaiah 33:6, because it said what it say is it said stress was one of the bullet points. Stress is one of the bulletin point. What bullet points they got on there, and I ain't just written inside as an example of something. It's one of the bulletin points they got on there. And isolation. You see, it says it can cause increase in physical and mental stress. You saw what happened when the Islamic first hit. You had young teenagers unaliving themselves, bro, because they world was shattered. Like for real, you had young teenagers unaliving themselves just off that. So how much more when a blackout happened, when everything gets shut down, boom, darkness, right? Hey, but for the Lord's people, his men and their families, right? It's gonna be like Goshen. You're gonna have that light, for them, man, and they're gonna be protected. You know, it's going like he said, he gonna smite Egypt with plagues as before. This place is gonna experience darkness, man, and this is a greater landmass, bro. Way more people, and that's gonna be affected in this time, man. You got billions, you got millions and billions of people that's gonna be affected. You see, was that it?
Con.
And I got a preset real quick. Second Ezra 15 and 14. Woe to the world, them that dwell therein.
That's where I was at.
Oh, con. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shows. Can you get that Matthew 24?
Con.
And we're about to get credit close out too. Uh, for the sword, for the sword, and the destruction draweth nigh. It says, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, for there shall be sedition among men. Right. So, because you said about ain't no regards for the government in that time, or anything that's deemed as of authority in that time. Parents, government, politicians, whoever, your policemen, firefighters, because all them niggas gonna be in the same mindset as you, survival. You saw that on War of the Worlds. Brad Pitt, I think that was it, when he was in the store. He was like this. He put his hand up when the cop ran right past him. Like, nigga, I ain't think about you, boy. I'm trying to get something for survival, boy. I ain't, boy. Listen, you know what I'm saying? And you gotta remember, and when it get like that, you gotta remember, man. A lot of them people gonna be taking off their uniforms. Remember that dude ran past them in his uniform, but because he probably was on duty when that shit happened. But you're gonna have a lot, even that you're gonna have a lot of people taking their clothes off, so they won't be identified as help or something. Because you gotta remember, if you got particular uniforms, right, and when the shit hit the fan, people's minds remember what you do, what you have access to. If I see if people in a blackout see a cop, they know he has a gun. They know he has some type of access to some type of defense mechanism to keep himself to the next stage, right? So you got people that's gonna be taking their uniforms off, because bro, that's how real it's about to get, man. You ain't gonna know who's who, bro. Yeah, why you just want to park right there, bro?
We're on the side of it.
Look at this nigga. So, it says, so swords is the guns and anything they can use to get what they need in that time or want in that time, whether it's sex. You got women that's gonna be fucking sieged, right? Going, you know what I'm meaning by siege. When you go into that particular word, it goes into siege.
Right.
Handled, taking over, laying hold. Like Cornwallis said, second 16 is 15. It says, call it. For there should be sedition among men and invading one another. That's what it said. What the blackout bullet points. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man should desire to go into a city and should not be able, for because of their pride, the city should be troubled and the houses should be destroyed, and man should be afraid, man. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but should destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Said it was a lack of something, a scarcity of something, right? With food and water. See? What you got?
Matthew 24 and 13. It says, 12. So Matthew 24 and 12, it says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And that iniquity, is the evil works that's gonna be building up, here in America these coming days, especially if you be that blackout, and iniquity is what's sin upon sin. A lot of people gonna be committing, a lot of heinous acts. But it says, because iniquity shall be abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And we was talking about, you got people that's friends, been friends for years and all that. All that's gonna be thrown out the window. Your neighbor that you didn't knew or you didn't seen and grew up from across the street from you. They about to be your enemies, man. They say the love of many is gonna wax cold.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yep. Yep. It said, man's old foe, his foes should be of his own household. Yahushua said that. Foe is an enemy. Your household can be your friend, anybody you're acquainted with closely, like we said. The Lord is about to separate. He about to. It's gonna be a. That's another lesson. A great separation is happening. I'm sure we did lessons on like that, but that's a title. If brothers haven't done a lesson like that in a while or haven't, period, right? A great separation is coming. The Lord is about to bring a great separation. He said, "I come to swing a sword," right?
Hmm.
Sword divide things. You know what I mean? What else to say on that? Go Days of No, because she said that in the video. We're gonna play the video again, and we're gonna close out.
Okay, Matthew 24 and 38.
Yeah,
This is Matthew 24 and 38. It says, "For as in the days that were before the flood, there were eating and drinking and marrying and giving in marriage."
so it's about to be another flood. It's gonna be an influx of Edomites. That's a flood, and it's gonna be which means because this is his kingdom, so he's gonna come in with all type of draconian measures, right? That flood, to bring in that new world order, right? Novus Ordo Seclorum, right? New order of the ages. That's on your dollar bill, right? He's gonna do it by the way of his finances.
Mhm.
When uh that's the flood. That's one flood, and you also have a flood of fire that the Lord's going to bring as the final resort to the madness, right?
Mhm.
Because it got to reach into the heavens, right? This is going to be that next catapult to reach into the heavens. This Jacob's trouble that we got to go through, right? And that if the brother would have read 13, it said he that endure to the end, the saints shall be saved. Because that's what it's going to have to take. The faith is going to actually allow us to endure to the end. But like I said, it says days before the flood. It's like it.
Yeah,
Because she said in the video that they was she said, bro, and I believe it.
I believe it.
Because bro, remember when the Slam Sonic hit?
Mhm.
Niggas still was at the clubs. You remember when even in the winter, bro, and here in Cleveland, even in a blizzard, bro, they still be in the clubs. I'm talking about -10, short skirts on, etc., etc. She said in the video that in the blackout, people were still in the clubs with lanterns, bro.
Right, right.
I believe it, bro. So what did it say?
It says, Matthew 24 and 38, it says, "For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking and marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered the ark."
Right. So these, like she said, they were still partying even in the blackout. So even as the days of Noah, because we were about to enter into that new ark, which is the chariot, right,
Mhm.
of salvation, Albaratazah, Yahawah, Yahawashah, people is going to still be in that mindset, right, up until that final moment, man. You know what I'm saying? When war hitting this place, that's when they're gonna realize that this is not a game. It ain't gonna be until that moment they're gonna realize that this is real. Cause she said even in the blackout, bro, they were still partying with lanterns, bro. They still didn't take this thing serious, man. Some more on that?
Um, yeah, it says, verse 39, it says, "And knew not until the flood came
Right.
and took them all away." It says, "So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be."
There you go. So knew not until the flood came. So that's what's getting ready to happen. Even with the on a small scale, you're gonna have some people still thinking it's a game. Even right now, until that moment happened, they're gonna have a larger scale of people that's still gonna be in the mindset that is a game, even when that's happening, and then the flood's gonna come. Because some people are like, yeah, it ain't gonna happen in our lifetime. Yeah, all right. You know how you tell people, all right, keep thinking it. I can't wait till the Lord. The big I told you so is coming, bro. I can't wait till the Lord fucking make everybody look stupid, man. Everybody think they smarter than the Lord, above the Lord, bro. We giving you the Lord's message. We telling you the Lord said this coming. You think it's not gonna come.
Right, they said that in Ezekiel 12 and 25. They say the vision is for many days to come.
Mm.
No, these the girl just gave you a vision, man. What is it in Joel? Say the Lord said He'll send His spirit out on your
Mm-hmm.
young man, and your daughter shall dream visions and have dreams. Roughly paraphrasing,
Yeah.
you know. That's what the Lord gave a warning, man. You know. Um, and I wanted to get this verse 40 because you was just talking about that separation. You know, this is Matthew 24:40. It says, "Then shall two be in the field, or in the field is the earth." It says, um, and mainly because the main deliverance going to be over here in Babylon. But it says, "Then shall two be in the field, and the one shall be taken." That's the separation. All right, the Lord said He's going to separate the sheep from the goat. All right, the Lord is about to. He's making up His Jews right now. You know, when you're making up your Jews, you setting aside the ones you want to make your crown look nice, man.
Mm.
You know, and
Mm.
that's what the Lord is doing. But it says the one should be taken and the other left. All right, that's the separation. The ones who was left was meant for what? The judgment. All right, for being wicked. You know.
Con. And was that it?
Okay.
I'm gonna play this back real quick and then we'll close out.
Good morning, guys. So I wanted to get on here before my shift starts and tell you guys about the dream I just had. You can take it or leave it. This dream was very eye-opening, and just I thank the Holy Spirit for it, and I thank God for allowing me to share. The dream I had it was a blackout. It was very dark. When I say blackout, I mean not an inkling of light. The part that was really scary was the fact that people were still clubbing. These people had lanterns, and the club was open, and they were still in there partying.
Oh my God.
During this time period, it was rationing. There was no water. There was some food, but there was no water. And I had water, and so I had put water in these clear containers, but it was only like drop amounts, like it was very small amounts, and I was giving them to people who hadn't had water. And people were consuming alcohol. It was so crazy. And there were men that were like going around harming people because they didn't have the things that they needed. And it was just a very dark time. So this dream is clear. Just prepare the way of the Lord. It is a very dark time coming. A blackout is coming.
So there you have it, man. She said it's very clear. Storm is coming. Blackout is coming. And that thus said the Holy Scriptures, man. You know. So Jake better get locked in, man. If you haven't been locked in, talking to myself first and foremost, you know, we gotta act like it's not. We gotta stop acting like it's not coming. You know what I'm saying? You get complacent sometimes. We're like, all right, you know, so you're preaching the same thing over and over, but you gotta keep that pressure, keep applying that pressure, so that you can stay in that mode always, so you won't get taken over unawares. You know, with the Babylonians, and you knew the whole time. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta keep that mindset. Yeah, it's like, you know, yeah, you might have that spirit of disappointment. It didn't happen. Like even with the protests, or the strike.
Yeah, the ports.
Yeah, the ports. But you can't get caught up in that. You gotta remember the prophecies, right? Remember the prophecies, remember the stages, as much as the Lord allowed us to understand and know. And then that's gonna keep us sane when certain things we thought was about to happen didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? It'll keep our minds still in the same place where we need to be when the Lord returns, man. So you got anything else you want to say, bro? Lord willing, this is edifying. we're gonna wait longer than we want to, but it's all through the spirit. Lord willing, other found until next time, I'd like to give all honor, glory, and praise and worship to Yahweh, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH. Double honors to our apostles, Bishop Gary Millstone. Peace, I taste to the hopeful leg. Until next time, Shalom.
Shalom.
Kaya, Shalom.
Charlotte.